Hello friends, I'm meteorologist Zack Shields. We're going to be on storm watch again today. We're already under a severe thunderstorm watch that goes until 4 this afternoon for all the counties highlighted in pink. That does include the Austin metro. A watch means watch out. Conditions are favorable for severe weather. Start planning right now. When you hear warning, that means severe weather is happening in your neighborhood. And what's going to kick off the storms today? A combination of things. First of all, we have a warm front coming on through that's going to nudge thunderstorms this way that are building to our southwest. That'll be round one. Round two potentially could come from that weak front late in the day. So it's a 1-2 punch. Out in the hill country, you're not going to see a whole lot of rain or storms. Now here in Austin, that will change between noon and 4, and maybe another uptick in storms depending on if the atmosphere's worked over or not from the first wave of rain. The warm front will set off some storms in LaGrange between noon and 4, and then the front could set off some storms this evening. The atmosphere has recharged out to our southwest, and that's the prime spot for storms during the morning hours between San Antonio and Del Rio. And around here, the atmosphere is becoming more unstable, so we're thinking those storms will survive long enough to reach us. And it helps that we have this upper low pivoting out of New Mexico that will provide that extra lift and keep those storms going. And they'll also provide enough instability in place to keep those storms severe. Plenty of moisture to work with, and there's enough instability, and the temperature profile is favorable for some big-time hailers again. Maybe not as bad as last week because it's not super hot out there and the atmosphere is not super charged up, but the Storm Prediction Center is thinking we could get 1 to 2 inch diameter hail. That would go from quarter size to egg size, and that's in that severe zone. When it gets to quarter size or larger, that's when it does some damage. So for the rest of the day, a level 3 severe weather risk from Austin down to San Antonio, along I-10 all the way to Houston. Out in the hill country, just a marginal to slight risk. So every time you hear enhanced risk from the Storm Prediction Center, we usually have a few storms that do turn severe, with the #1 threat being large hail, followed by damaging winds. Tornado threat is low, along with the flash flooding threat. There's just not a lot of wind shear in place, so some of the high-res forecast models aren't showing a lot of rotating thunderstorms, but the temperature profile of the atmosphere supports some hailers. So when will this happen? Well, some of those storms start to move into the I-35 corridor, Austin metro around noon, maybe a little sooner than that across our southern counties. Then the first wave quickly moves out by 3 o'clock, and then we have to wait and see if we have enough energy built up out across the hill country when the front comes through to kick off the next round of storms. So this is how it's going to play out. First round between noon and 3 from Austin, LaGrange, lightning, rain, hail, wind threats. And then round 2, mainly focused out across the hill country between 5 and 7, a small window of opportunity to see that last round. Okay, only 2 out of the 4 models show decent rain totals within some of these storms, 1/2 inch to 1 inch. These storms are quick movers, kind of like the last round we had last week. So that's why we're not considering seeing any flash flooding or localized flooding. The prime spot for that will be over here in southeast Texas going into Louisiana. So here's what you can expect for the rest of your Monday. Scattered thunderstorms, a good possibility between 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. with the severe weather risk in order: large hail, damaging winds, and lightning, with a flooding risk on the low end. So a great day again to download our free Fox on Weather app to get the latest weather information and weather alerts anytime if you're away from your house or TV, and put it right on your smartphone. So keep a close eye on the sky with the severe weather threat ramping up here in the next few hours.